Hey, everybody. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Learning Lab podcast. Today, we are officially ending season five.
Yep.
So, we're going to kind of do a wrap up and talk about how we've evolved, what we've learned over the past 2 years. I can't believe it's been almost 2 years since we started doing this. Or has it
Right?
been
Oh, like
2 years? I have to
it's
look.
it's it's pretty close. I remember looking, I'm thinking, wow, has it been that long already?
Right.
I believe it was pretty close. I'm gonna switch accounts real quick. Of course, I'm in the wrong YouTube account.
Well, don't look there. You got to look. Oh, no, they'll all be on YouTube. Yeah. They'll all be on YouTube.
Let's see here. So we got some content going. Oh, actually, I can just look in the drive, right? Because I have it in the drive. Because I'm smart like that.
We're being recorded, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Just checking.
Podcast. Let's see here. Come on, podcast. I'm actually really curious because now I can't. Now I'm doubting myself if we actually been going for this long. Season one. Let's see that episode one. Oh yeah, you know what? October 30th, 2024.
Oh, so not
Like
2 years yet.
almost though. We're in May.
Yeah.
May, so
So a
June,
year and
July,
a half.
August, September, October. Yeah, year and a half already. Wow, that's been a while. Hmm.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. So what are your takeaways so far? What do you think has been the biggest thing that we've learned and the thing that you think we really sucked at?
Well, I think that, what we sucked at was finding new thing, trying to have every episode be a completely new thing,
Oh yeah.
which was, I'm not going to lie, was stressful. It was stressing me out. And we had some duds for episodes because I felt like we were forcing it.
Mhm.
Um, and I like what we're doing now. And if something really cool comes up, we will definitely bring that up. Maybe do something a little more formalized for that. But I like what we're doing now. I don't really have to spend 2 hours getting ready. I don't have to do that.
Right.
I don't think I ever spent 2 hours getting ready, but you know what I mean. Um,
I agree with you. I think it became stressful. It's like, okay, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do
mhm,
it? We got to have this scripted, and we got to make sure we get this person, and we couldn't find people, and people would back out. People are total flakes, and
mhm,
yeah.
right. You know, um, I do have a friend that I used to teach with at 5-1 Talk. He's a pretty smart guy. He worked for companies like Dell and Oracle, and he's got a big IT background like I do. He has started some new company. He's American, but he lives in Thailand. But he started some new company, and it's AI, of course. I know. Raise your hand if you're tired of hearing AI in every sentence. Okay, but he's done something a little. It's an AI thing to help parents and their students navigate it seems like it feels like I have to talk to them, but it feels like it's something to help them navigate education and career choices beyond high school.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and I'm not sure exactly what it is yet. I'm going to talk to him, but maybe I'll bring him on. Uh, he's funny. Um, he had oh my god, maybe NSFW right now. He used to have, one of those, like, I don't know how else to say it, porno rubber chickens. He used to have one of those that he would wave around in class. I mean, nobody knew what it was. If you know, you know, it's one of those things. But he didn't do anything perverted with it. But yeah, he used to crack me up. He used to crack me up.
I
Um,
don't know. That's crazy. That's funny. I'm gonna have this image stuck in my head all day. By the
You know
way,
what? I
thank
got to
you.
get him on. He's funny. He's a little bit older than me. He's funny though. He's really funny. He's a cool guy. I'll ask him if he wants to come on one of these days. Uh, but yeah, I don't know why I brought that up. It was just funny. It's Jay's
Okay,
sense
so
of
we
humor, I guess.
This would be the unfiltered part of the segment.
Right, right, right. He
Oh my
does some
goodness.
cool stuff though. He went private during the when a lot of us did, I think, during the double reduction slash COVID in that time period. He seems to be doing well um, with that. But he's a good guy. I'll see if I can get him on. He's fun to talk to. He'll make me laugh. And if you make me laugh, you're welcome.
Yeah, right? So we kinda sucked on it was a big burden as well, and it we
Mm,
did suck at it was we had a really good idea, but I feel like we put, too much pressure on ourselves to
right,
execute it, and we underestimated how difficult it was to do that weekly without maybe having the network or the reach or the
right.
access. Maybe
Eh,
if we got bigger or we had more access to those type of people, I think we could
well,
probably
if
do
we
that,
had
but
a staff to do some of that
that
stuff, and I just felt like and I still feel this way. There's just not enough new stuff every week to do a podcast about. I just feel like there isn't.
there isn't. That's why we've gone back to our original where we're just gonna, shoot the shit, every
Right.
week, and then, um,
Language.
yeah, well, and then, my knee jerk reaction when people say that to me is to actually use it more.
Okay. How's your
But
oh go ahead. I'm sorry.
you know
I'll
what?
wait to
Uh,
poke that bear in a minute. I'm
oh,
sorry.
you're gonna poke a bear. Oh, now I'm
Mhm.
interested. Yeah, so I think that that was something we really, really found out the hard way. It also
Yeah.
made me actually respect a lot of the other podcasters who are able to put together these huge
Oh,
productions. Like,
mhm.
wow, the behind the scenes is immense.
And the amount of editing they do with the videos is it's impressive. It's impressive. Um,
Okay.
so subject changing time,
Mm.
bear poking time. How's the TCAC payment portal going?
I've spent the last like 2 days down a rabbit hole trying to fix some stuff. The logic they have behind some of
Mhm.
that system to get things working right is mind melting.
Right, right.
But I did get the teacher pages, the view, the financial pages to finally work properly.
Mhm.
So that is actually like I could check that box off.
Yeah.
It's
So
done.
guys, stop messing around and fighting with payments.
Yeah,
Look
right?
up TCAC payment portal.
TCAC. TCEC. TCEC pay. TCEC
And
pay.
that's Nicole's thing with
Nicole's
no
pay.
H.
Uh no. Oh, Nicole with an H. Like Nicholas Cole.
Nickelback.
My grand my grandmother showed up at school. It was hilarious. That was one of my best childhood memories. It was awesome.
Mhm.
She, I was at private school. She showed up one day before school and she put my name on the board and with a huge H in the center, like underlined, underlined, underlined. Yeah, my teacher said she never forgot how to spell my name again after that.
I'm gonna send this guy a message while I'm thinking about this. If I don't do it now,
Yeah,
I
right.
will forget about it.
No,
Uh,
TCC Pay is going good. I've got the Alipay up and running. We've got WeChat has always been great. We've got the teacher pages running good. So far everybody's doing really well with all their payments
mhm,
received. Like I said, I'm really happy with the portal, the financial page portal through Notion. That's all dialed in really good.
mhm,
Um, I have a couple things to do on my end in the back end to make things a little more automated for populating some cells, but
mhm,
it's up and running and ready to go now. So just remember, people have until the end of May to get that free subscription for the first month. Otherwise, after that, there's a subscription fee. It's really low. It's $8, and then you have your percentage from me, which is 2%.
mhm.
So it's very low. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. We're going to start really pushing that starting in June. But yeah, great. Change of topic again. What do you think we did really well?
You first.
Personally, I think our interaction and just being us. I think
Right.
that's the part we did really well, to be honest. I
I
don't
was gonna
think we
say the
tried to be
humor.
something we were yeah, I don't think we tried to be something we're not, so
Right. I yeah, I never try to pretend I'm some expert in education at
uh,
all. I do my thing. I consider myself a hack when it comes to teaching. I
I
do. I'll
like
be
it.
honest. I do. Um,
Uh,
like people like it's intimidating when you talk to people like Katie and Megan that they have a true background in education. I do not. I do not. Um, so it's a little intimidating. Um,
I have my background with education has never been in the school system.
right.
So, I've always done, like, private. So I was like I was a homeschool parent, but I also taught homeschool courses to like, groups of homeschool groups, right? So they hired me for those things. I did have my own preschool. I ran it out of my home. I had a preschool and I had an after school program for the older kids of the kids who were in the preschool. So
Mhm,
that's kind of like where my experience is. I homeschooled my kids all the way from at various times. So they went in and out of the school system a couple times,
mhm.
basically from like preschool through high school. Two of my children actually have high school diplomas from me.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, I figured it out as I went along. That's what I did.
Yeah,
I figured.
it was a huge change going from, like, in person, though,
Mhm,
which was all my experience, to online.
right.
But I've always been even though I've had jobs working for other people, I've always had some type of self-employment. I really
Mhm.
like working for myself a lot
Yeah,
better. It always tends to work out better for me. But yeah, that's something that people underestimate is, they think, oh, teaching is teaching. And well, no, there's a big difference between what you can do in person and what you can do online
right, right. I feel like you have more control in person too,
in a way,
because
yes. And
you can reach out and touch
touch
somebody if you need
someone.
to.
Yeah. What I call is I need a Wonka vision. That's what I
Right,
want here. I want Wonka vision so bad. I'm kind of glad I don't because I'd probably get in trouble. But there's a few students and parents where you're just like Wonka vision. Wonka vision needs to be a thing.
right.
You know what irritates me about being online is people think that they should pay you less because you don't commute.
Yeah, I don't know what that has to do with anything.
No, but
You know,
really, right? They think, "Oh, no, but you work from home, so, it should be cheaper." And I'm like, "Actually, people don't realize the expense that you pay. You trade the expense of traveling for the expense of running your system at home."
right. You know, I have, I pay a lot of money for internet, you know, I, and I have probably the best internet you can get in the Philippines. Um,
I pay
I
a
keep
lot of
my
money for internet.
I I keep my tech updated and current,
Yep.
and that stuff's not cheap.
You have
Um,
to pay for materials, you have to pay for systems, you have to pay
mm,
for programs. Again, you have to have
you you
backup
need
systems.
a space. You have to have a big enough house to where you have a teaching space. You know,
In tech, I mean, people underestimate the tech. When you go to a job, you're not paying for any of that tech. You're not
right?
paying for any of that maintenance. You're not paying for any of the materials,
Mhm,
systems. Like it's all provided. So you're
right,
trading one for the other. So
right,
and a completely different knowledge base on how to maintain it yourself. You can't call tech support and be like, "Hey, my computer's out." You know,
right. You got to figure it out yourself. You got to
right?
figure.
Or go and take time off, mind you, to
Mhm,
lose money to go to a service place and have somebody repair your stuff. So
right.
the overhead. So I end up actually spending more on overhead than I ever spent for traveling to go to work.
Mm, right.
So I don't know. I think that was something that a lot of people that annoyed me when I first became a teacher was, or not a teacher, but online, is that people thought this. Even when you work for a company, some of those online companies, you're still considered a vendor, a private contractor.
right.
Oh, and then there's the tax hit, which I know you don't like to talk about, but you're paying the full taxes. So that's all I'm saying about that. I'm just saying people misunderstand that. They
What?
don't realize
What?
it. Yeah, what?
I
We talked
just
about this before we hit the record button, y'all.
right, right.
But it is
Um,
something that people don't realize.
right,
Like,
right.
you're as a an entrepreneur, when you're solo, self-employed by yourself, your tax um, burden is different, and you're paying more in taxes than you were when you worked for somebody else. So that I think those were the things that surprised me that people didn't realize when you were self-employed, that they thought, oh well, you're at home, so the classes should be cheaper. I'm like, yeah, no, that don't work that way.
Right,
Yep.
right.
What else did we do good? Mm, I think really our interaction. I think that was
Yeah, I
really good.
think that was up there. Um, I think the few guests that we've brought on the past, I don't know, however many months, I think we did a better job with them. I think we were more prepared for them.
Yeah. We did come up with a good system with guests. That was something we did good.
Right.
We came up with a pretty decent, like, 3-step system for that. That worked out really well.
Hmm.
Oh, you want to hear something funny? Completely change the topic. You want to hear something funny? We've had a few updates with the Mac recently, and all of, like, even like Edge and Chrome and everything hit at the same time. And then Class In got an update and didn't really affect me. My Class In was rock solid, but everybody else went nuts. Apparently, it kicked people out from not being able to get into their materials, and
Hmm.
people were not. I mean, my phone was going nuts while I was in class. You know what was funny is in the thread, you know what came up? One person flat out said, "Well, they only listen to us when we're asking to pay for a renewal. So maybe we should say it's a renewal." And then somebody else said, "I heard Koala Go is really good. Maybe we should just go to Koala Go." I almost said something because
You
you and I have
know,
had side topics.
I use Koala Go, but I'm not supporting it these days. I've had too many problems with it. Um, um, had too many problems with it recently. But, and I hate to say, I've never had a problem with Class In. There, I said it.
I the thing that bothers me with Class In is I think it's overpriced. I'll admit that. They charge more than Zoom, but
Mhm.
the trade-off, it's rock solid. Like, it always works.
Right.
It is very rare that it doesn't work, and it will work on the smallest internet. I cannot say this enough. Like, the smallest it works.
Right.
Um, Easy to get into, easy for the kids to use, easy to use on a tablet for the teacher
Mhm.
and the student, which is a big deal, by the way. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna have to revisit, honestly, like, some of these platforms, because it seems like in the last year, there's been some massive changes in the quality of a lot of these platforms. And I think a lot of it
Mhm.
has to do with AI being forced into these apps when they shouldn't be. Or
Right.
I feel like a lot of them, they should have 2 versions where you have the choice to have it or not, to be honest.
Right.
Really, I think
Yeah.
it's come to that almost
Well, I'm a
where
little upset with their pricing model change. I'm a little
yeah.
upset about that. Uh,
Oh, yeah. It's not cheap, and but Class In actually flat out said that they're leaning more towards trying to get schools and stuff than the individual
right.
teacher. I don't know, I feel like there's a push recently, to kinda almost devalue the private teacher and trying to go back into settings, like, before the double reduction. Have you been noticing that?
Say that again.
I feel like there's been almost, like, an undercurrent where it's a change in the market where people are wanting to or the focus is going more back to the schools or platforms like Amazing Talker or Preply
Mhm,
or the actual schools like before the double reduction. Like the the undercurrent is almost like that untrustworthiness or not as safe or not as good as having the choices from multiple teachers on a platform or something like that.
mhm.
I don't know, that's what I feel like the undercurrent has been recently.
Yeah, I think so. Um, I don't yeah, I think I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
I'm having teachers who I know, I mean, other than you, Jay the rock star can find any student anytime recently. Uh Seriously, like to the point where you're just like, where am I gonna put this kid? But I am
I'm
getting
at that point.
yeah, you are like great for you though, by the way. Yay. Um I am getting contacted from teachers that I have never ever seen them have a problem getting students contacting me asking me if I have an abundance of students because I used to have
Mhm,
many teachers underneath me
right.
if I'm hiring or if like am I seeing a reduction in students in classes, lots of cancellations. We talked about me having these cancellations. I'm still doing that. And I'm up to about 4 or 5 teachers now that I know who are rock solid, constantly full, asking me this. It
Mhm.
seems to be a bit of a trend in my personal circle.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. I you
I
know,
know you don't have that problem
I'm
because you're the
giving
rock star.
students away right now. I'm giving students away right now. Um, you know, I have 11 hours scheduled on Saturdays and 10 on Sundays. This is like, man, that's like 2015
Yeah, right?
hours, you know? Um,
I used to do like
and
12 hours on Saturday and Sunday just to get most of them out in 2 days.
and then I've got like 5 to 6 hours Monday through Friday each day.
Yeah, see, that's how I used to work right before COVID. I mean, like
Mhm.
2018, 19, 20, like that. That's how I was working. I would
Right.
do like 2 12s and then I'd have like anywhere between 5 to 6 hours Monday through Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would just pump out the time. I
I'm,
liked
I,
it because I have all my mornings free.
I'm not really a 12-hour a day teacher guy. I'm like 8 hours max,
Uh-huh.
and but I'm
I learned that
overloaded
lesson
right
too.
now, and yeah, I don't want to be teaching like that for long. It'll start to lighten up in a month. I'm gonna lose some people. I'm gonna
Probably.
lose some people.
I did that for 1 year for a specific
Mhm.
financial goal that I had, and then I knocked it back down. I learned real quick that I don't like to do more than 8 hours in a day with teaching time because, there's the prep time and everything else. I can do 10, but I like to do, like, the 5 hour, then a break, and then 5 hours.
Right, right, yeah. I'm like, tomorrow, Fridays, I do 7 hours straight.
I've got one day that I do 6 straight right now, and it's definitely, like you hit that, like, 4.5 hour mark, and you're just like,
Right. It's like blah, 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 blah.
well, and especially when you're used to those 25-minute classes, and then I have one day where I have this stretch of, like, 3 one-hour classes in a row,
Mhm.
like 50-minute classes in a row, and you're just like, "Whoa, all of a sudden, this feels like the longest class on earth."
Right, right,
Luckily,
right.
they're more advanced students, so we can actually have discussions. It's not like a
Yeah,
lag.
I have a couple days where, like Tuesdays, it's just brutal because I've got like 5 or 6 in a row that are just tough students. They're just, you know, they're they're not bad kids, not all of them anyway. Some of them are. It's just they're at an age and a level where it can really
Stinker.
test your patience. It will really test your no,
Oh,
they're very young and
sure.
very low
Hear that
level.
one.
Right. And um they're how would I say? They're I feel like some of them are using me as their babysitter.
Oh, those classes. Yeah, that takes a level of patience that sometimes you're just
Right.
not there for.
Right. 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 I hate
That's
listening to myself talk.
well, that's when I start getting messages from Jay in class like, "Hey, nah, nah, nah." Come on, we all know we do this, right? When we're in class and we're just like, "I'm
Oh
gonna
my
say
gosh.
something, I need to message another teacher."
Right, right. I,
I
you
have a
know, it's always funny at the end of the day on that last class, I get this huge burst of energy. I
you're
get
like,
this huge,
"Yes,
almost there. We're almost there.
home
Come
run
on. I'm
stretch."
going to drag you across the finish line, boy.
Right? Exactly.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
Today's
Oh
a
my
short day,
goodness.
though. I've only got to teach 4.5 hours today.
What's
I
today,
am like,
Thursday?
yeah, it's a short day for me. I had some cancellations.
I had a cancellation yesterday, like, the class I'm in, the next class was canceling, and I'm like, "No problem. Dinner time, paid." Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Thursday. I have that early day today, and I run but I'm done at 9:30 tonight instead of 10, which is cool. Okay. You know what's funny is I have had 2 days lighten up to the point where I think I'm gonna be able to stop my rotation. We're doing that rotation.
Yeah, it's going to be a work in progress for me. It's going to take me a while. I want Sundays off. I just don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do that. I
Ye
just feel like it's a pipe dream.
Yeah, right now, Sunday and Monday, it's for me, is the light ones, right? I got about
Mhm.
4 kids on one and 3 kids on the other. It's like about 3 and 3 almost. And I'm realizing that the Monday kids are the ones I'm gonna be able to move, not the Sunday, because I just feel like if I close Sunday, I'm closing off that opportunity to be able to have more.
Yeah, I know, because you can teach more hours. There's more available hours to teach on Sunday than there is Monday. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
And Saturday and Sunday are really the only days that I open my schedule for, like, the morning hours. I do open up during the week for the adults for, like, if I need extra cash or whatever, but I really like
Oh,
starting work at 5.
I do have something new.
Oh, cool. What is it?
Those of the if you know, you know. I mentioned that I was getting a new potential student back in January, February, the monk,
Yeah.
and we've been doing this dance for like 5 months. And I'm just about ready to tell him to, hey, I'm not your
Bye.
chat buddy. Either if you want classes, great. He actually finally bought. He he bought 50 classes from me. So
Nice.
we we started this week and he made sure to tell me, he goes, listen, he goes, and he got real serious and he looks at me, he goes, I don't want to talk about sex or drugs or anything like that. And I said, like that would be the first thing that would come to mind if I was going to class with the monk.
Like, right, and, like, my second thought would have been, "What craptacular teachers have you had that this was a topic?"
Right? I'm like, I, you know, there have been a few very particular students where we have talked about drugs and drinking, but never have I ever talked about sex in class. I just wouldn't do that. That's just,
Right?
yeah, I had to assure him, I go, uh, Victor is his name. Victor, I said, it'll all be professional ish. I didn't say ish, but yeah. So yeah. So he started. Um, it's the timing isn't great. It's at midnight, but
Oh, he's the
it's
midnight.
it's one 25-minute class a week at midnight. And I'm like, that's not a big deal. As long as it's not like Friday or Saturday or Sunday at midnight. I don't care. It's Monday night slash Tuesday morning for me. Um, he is a monk on Prince Edward Island in Canada, and I know everybody wants me to ask this question, so I will. Next week, I will ask him if they still keep Prince Edward in a can.
I am definitely going to wanna know what this answer is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So all right. Okay, what do you got? What else you got, Nicole? Nicole?
Nichole, okay. Um, I think that's it, to be honest. I'm actually looking forward to just taking what we've learned over this last year and a half,
Mhm,
coming realizing that just our interaction plus some of the extra topics,
mhm.
we're gonna bring that into the next season. I do want to make sure that maybe once a month we can do some of those reaction videos. That was fun.
Okay, we can start off season 6. Oh, well, wait a minute. I might have this guy. Come on. His website, by the way, is called AI futureclarity.com. And yeah, I'm like had it with AI being shoved down my throat every time I turn around. But this is very different.
This is
Um,
different.
and I'm interested in it. I put a link in the chat. We'll put a link to it in the description. But I'm talking to him right now on Facebook, and I think I'm going to be able to get him on. I
I
think
think that's what we need to do is honestly, I think maybe just make a goal of just once a month having either like a reaction or a person, something like that. Like, not that we have to do it, but
maybe not a goal, because then I'm going to feel like I have to do it. Maybe an endeavor.
for me, a goal and endeavor is the same thing. But yeah, okay, cool. Whatever
All right.
semantics work for you. No, I
We
mean,
do.
like, is something that we shoot for, but if we do it, we do it. If we don't, we don't. One of those
Right.
things.
Right.
But I did
Uh,
really like doing the reaction video. That was a lot of fun.
oh my gosh, it was
That
hilarious.
was
It was
hilarious. We
hilarious.
gotta do one of his newer videos, by the way, just to, like, make that
I
fair. And that was absolutely hilarious. I loved that. That was great. It was awesome. Um, yeah, I think, yeah. I think we've learned a lot. I think it's been a lot of fun. I think we learned definitely what we didn't like and
you
what
know,
wasn't so good. So I think it's
and
been
I'll
fun.
be honest, guys. If we didn't change the format, we were probably going to drop this completely.
Oh,
But
yeah.
even though we both like doing it, it was getting to be a lot of work, and it
Like, we
shouldn't
don't
be
work.
like that. Right, right. I got enough work as it is. Plus, I have my son, the boy. He doesn't have a name. His name is the boy.
Ah, yeah, that was funny. Oh my goodness. It was a conversation before we hit record.
Mhm.
The boy. The boy.
Nobody that knows me in my online world knows what his name is. His name is the boy.
What's funny is the boy answers to the boy.
Right. I go, hey boy. Yeah, he does. He knows
He does.
exactly who the boy is.
What's funny, like we were talking about earlier, what was funny about this is that my son also responds. This is his nickname as well as boy. He responds to this as well. This must be a universal one. So, okay, season 5 finished
In the books. In the books.
in the books. All
Are
right.
we taking a week off, or are we coming right back at it next week? It doesn't matter to me either way. I'm
Doesn't matter to me,
this
but I am gone the last week of June. I could
okay.
probably still do a podcast though because I can join from my tablet. But I have to go up north. So,
We'll take that week off. And
okay, cool.
I think I'm gonna take that week off as well. I feel like I need a week off
Right. Yeah, it's
before I
the
choke slam
eight.
somebody.
Yeah, I'm taking the 18th to the 24th off. Like, I'm taking the whole week. That's a
Okay.
Thursday to a Wednesday. So that's June. I'll be up north. My husband's dad is here in the Philippines and he is 94 or 95. I have to double check. He just had a birthday.
Holy crap. You gonna take him
Yeah, I
to
know.
Burgos Street?
No.
Why not?
No, he's wheelchair bound, but he's a great guy. He's funny. But he'll be here and so we're gonna go fly up there and go say
Mm,
hi for a few days. So I'll be gone.
all right.
So we'll take
All
that
right
week
then.
off.
Okay.
Sound good?
So
All right.
we'll be back next week in action.
In action. Ooh, maybe your guy will be able to come back next week.
I think he will. He's gonna call me in a little bit today.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
yeah. I've known him for, gosh, probably 10 years now, maybe longer,
Oh,
actually longer
really?
than, yeah, we worked together at 51 Talk.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've
that'll be
known him for a
interesting.
long time. We used to call each other on the book of face often. You just stop doing that stuff sometimes. But yeah, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. I like him.
All right. Well, then,
All right.
we'll see you guys next week, season 6.
Peace.
Bye, y'all. And